Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. So today we're going to be reviewing Blue Run Spirits. Now, this is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey that is aged for 13 years, comes in at 113 proof, and it has an MSRP of around $169. This is actually the company's 2020 winter batch, and I'm just now getting around to it. I have tried a little bit of it and took some notes down, but now I want to do a formal review. So a little bit more behind what's in the glass here. Jim Rutledge, the former master distiller of Four Roses, is the company's liquid advisor, and his role is to really approve the sourced bourbon that's being used in Blue Run's batches, while still continuing to distill new make for the company. So they are producing and distilling their own product. The unique bottle design is actually made by Devin McKinney, who's one of the iconic brand designers behind Nike. So a lot of big names, being used here, and again, really looking forward to getting into this review, guys. I've spoke with Mike, the CEO of the company, and a few others, and kind of shared my notes with some others. So without further ado, guys, let's get on with the show. All right, guys, welcome back. So I've let this sit out for about 10 minutes now. Let a little bit of air get in there. Let those aromas open up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into the color here first. Really nice color on it. Actually, copper, a dark, maybe dark caramel to a copperish tone to it. Looks really, really nice when you hold it up to the light. Very nice color. You can tell there's some age to it for sure. Let's get into the nose. So a couple things hit me right away. First one is almost like there's definitely some fruitiness to it. It's one of the first things that I get when I put my nose like a little bit further into the glass. Almost like some stewed apple in there. Almost like some nutmeg. Yeah, the flavor, the aromas are just something different on each side of the glass. Definitely some like rich caramel in there. Some undertones of some vanilla. Not super heavy on the vanilla side. Like I said, there's that caramel and like it's just like an undertone of vanilla. It's kind of like just there a little bit. But there's definitely some nuttiness to it. A little bit of nuttiness to it, not a lot. It's a little bit further away from the glass. You pick that up a little bit further into the glass. You're picking up that like stewed apple note that's in there, mixed with that caramel. It's really, really nice, sweet nose. But there's also this unique oakiness too. So there's definitely there's some, you can tell there's some age to it. It's almost like you can pick up some of the char that was used. Not necessarily a toasted note on the nose, but definitely some sweet oakiness there to it, with like that char smell, like smelling like the inside of a barrel that had just been charred. Very, very sweet. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the palate. Cheers. Yeah, so, oh man, that covers the palate. That is just a blanket of velvet. Coats the mouth very, very well. That's one of the first things actually that I pick up before I even pick up any tasting notes. It's just how it covers the palate. I feel like it's more of a high rye mash bill, because I feel like it drinks a little bit hotter than 113 proof, but it completely covers the palate. Right on the front of the palate there, it's definitely some of that fruitiness that I had picked up on the nose. some citrus notes that kind of, start out onto that middle of the palate. Really, really nice. Again, just there's a long finish there, very long finish, but still leaving that oiliness is definitely present all across the tongue, the roof of the mouth. Finish still lingering. Definitely a medium to long finish on this one. So that fruitiness on the front of the tongue, picking up some of those citrus notes, maybe a little bit of orange, almost like a blood orange there on the sides of the palate. Let's get into the second sip. So that second sip still the same, just leaves that really nice oily layer across the palate, and there goes down. That finish just slowly lingers on. But now, so the front of the palate is definitely picking up some of that fruitiness. Still, and I think right on the finish there, I'm actually picking up a little bit of clove. There's definitely some clove present on this one, without a doubt, right into the finish. Some cinnamon notes there on the back end as well. It's really not. It really, really covers the palate just completely with all these different flavors, and they all kind of just blend in together. There's that fruitiness on the front that goes into those citrus notes, like a rich fruity note on the front, and then those citrus notes that kind of make your jaws get a little tight. And then into the back, you're picking up that cinnamon. There's a little bit of clove there into the finish. Still has that oily, finish that continues to go down. And then there's a slight nuttiness note too, and like this is after it's gone down, after the finish. Just a little nutty note there, right on the back of the palate. Very, very nice palate, very nice finish. Let's get to the last sip, guys. Cheers. This is really, really good. Very good. Yeah, so some really nice fruitiness again, like on the front of the palate. So that silkiness is still there. Going into the middle of the palate, getting those citrus notes. It's like almost like a blood orange note, and then the back of the palate and into the finish is where it really shines through. I mean, there's cinnamon there, there's clove, there's some nuttiness. You're definitely picking up. So I was picking up that almost that I guess you would say that toasted like oakiness on the nose, and it is definitely present here on the finish. There's definitely some of that oak that's there. Again, along with that clove and the cinnamon. And now there's almost like a little bit of a slight hint of like cherry on the front of my tongue. I'm actually gonna pour just one more little sip here. I want to save some of this. All right, here we go. Full scope. Ready? Yep. Again, velvety, oily all the way through. So, front of the palate, that fruitiness, definitely a little bit of cherry present there. Those citrus notes, it is orangey. It's like a blood orange though. It's not super sweet like a Florida orange or a California orange. It's like a blood orange flavor that sits like right on the middle of the palate. And then to that long lingering finish, clove, cinnamon, some of that oakiness. There's a little bit of nuttiness in there too. Fantastic overall pour, without a doubt. Fantastic. Just overall, I mean, just again, from the nose into the front of the palate, the middle of the palate, the finish. Again, the flavors just played very, very well off of one another. They were consistent. I picked up the same things sip after sip. Some of them continued to develop. That finish lingered on. Honestly, it is an A+ in my book here. I mean, fantastic, really, really fantastic batch. I really look forward to seeing what Blue Run, puts out, their own distillate here in the future. Again, a lot of big things going on for Blue Run Spirits here, guys. If you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go pick up a bottle of this while it's still out there. Again, fantastic stuff here from Blue Run Spirits. So I thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. I want to send a big thank you to Mike Montgomery, the CEO of Blue Run Spirits, who sent me the sample to review on the channel. So Mike, thank you to you and your team for doing what you're doing over there. Fantastic stuff in the glass, no doubt. So if you guys are looking for more reviews of, bourbons, rye, some of those dusties, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. And until next time, guys, stay dusty.